I trained in England at Middlesex University, Middlesex Polytechnic as it was called then, Bachelor of Education Honours degree in primary education, and more recently achieved my Master of Education from CityU. I did enjoy all the modules, but in particular the modules that I remember most are the ones around the quality of teaching, and also the one about the contemporary perspectives on learning, which really connected with me at the time. So those are the two that I particularly enjoyed. So what stands out to me are a few things. The first thing is to do with the face-to-face contact that we had with our tutors for one, but secondly with the students. We had the opportunity to meet the same students every 2 months, and we could catch up on what had been happening in our own schools and how we've been coping with the course. It was a really good connection, and we did form a really good bond over the first year, which was all face-to-face during that time. So that really stood out to me as a significant memory. Plus the diversity of the students and where everybody was coming from in terms of different educational establishments across Hong Kong. To me that was really useful to find out about how different educational establishments functioned across Hong Kong and the contribution that we all made and why we were doing the course together. Undertaking the research was a memory for me that I can recall, because I haven't ever had to do anything like that before in my teaching career, even when I did my Bachelor of Education, so that really stood out to me. And what was really significant, I think, as undertaking adult education is that you're pulling all the pieces together. So all my experiences that I already had started to make connections when I did my Masters and pull that research together. Those were the two significant memories that I have from the MEd. Completing my MEd, I have moved jobs. I was principal of a international kindergarten. I'm now vice principal of a large primary school with 900 students, and I have had the opportunity really to apply what I learned on the course, because particularly going back to the contemporary perspective on learning, the curriculum that I'm now involved with in my role as vice principal, it's called PYP, Primary Years Programme, and a lot of the contemporary aspects or contemporary perspectives of learning that we looked at on the course now have a direct connection with the style of learning that the children are doing in the school where I work. So a lot to do with scaffolding, inquiry and so on, and all the connections that I learned about on the course are now becoming into reality. So that was really helpful for me, just in terms of up-to-date current thinking. It has been over 20 years since I did my Bachelor of Education degree, so to really reconnect with current thinking has been really helpful and relevant to me in my current role. Plus, I think just getting a real understanding about how you undertake research. I think at first, when I undertook the Masters, it was quite daunting, but now I realise it hasn't been daunting, and I can apply that into my current role. We have actually undertaken action research in the school, looking at how children learn, and I used many of the techniques and strategies from my Masters and applied them into my current context, which has been really helpful. I think, just to sum up really, I think we always in our life sometimes worry about decisions that we're going to make in terms of time commitments, but to me worthwhile is the word that stands out. It was really worthwhile undertaking the Masters. I did have the encouragement of a friend who did it with me, and I think that was also important as well, that we could bounce ideas off each other and share. But I think it's around saying, I can do it, I have got the capacity to do it, and I think as an adult undertaking the Masters, 20 years after my first degree, it's all about that sense of it was worthwhile, it was for a good cause, and I'm so glad I did it.